right here we have wild strawberries, and they're pretty freaking good. I'll pick it and eat it right now. And there's a few more of them. Where that came from, of course, it's the first rule about foraging, looking for plants at all. Where there's one, there's another, and another, and another. And then moving on through these birdberry bushes. Right here. Oh. And right here I have some raspberries growing. They're pretty easy to identify. Of course, you got the thorns. And you can tell they're raspberries because you can see they're going to be conglomerate berries, which means a big berry made up of little tiny ones. And any conglomerate berry you can eat. They're all good. These of course aren't ready yet, but I'll love to eat them later. Oh, right here, let me see. Yup. This lovely stuff is called goosegrass. Now you can tell it's goosegrass. It's got little fuzzies on it, and it feels very sticky. It's like Velcro. Me, all the time, I'll take a bunch of it and throw it on someone and it'll stick right to them. And this is pretty edible. I'm not quite sure how, but definitely boil it. I know that for sure. Boil it once and you can eat it, I know that much. I haven't tried it yet. That guy tried to get on me, no way. That is goosegrass, it's very fun. Oh, right there, we got a cherry tree. And let's see, oh yup, up there you can see cherries growing. They're not done. And I have to fight the birds off to get them, I know that much for sure. Here's some garlic mustard. Let's see if I can get some leaf. They usually got some yellow flowers up top, but not right now. Pretty identifiable with the leaves. And you can just crush it up the leaf and get a sniff right there, and you can smell. It smells like something. It's garlic. Oh, you look from the garlic. I ain't gonna touch it. No one should touch it. Right there is deadly nightshade. That stuff burns skin. And I assume if you eat it, it will burn you. very, very poisonous. It looks great, but it is poisonous. Should probably get rid of it since, oh, it's right next to my little camp spot. That'll be good to know. More garlic mustard. Right here, looks like we have some young rose bushes. Definitely don't see no flowers on them. You can tell they're rose bushes, mostly because the thorns go downwards instead of upwards. And ladies probably know what that leaf looks like if they've gotten a rose or two, if you're lucky. Right next to the rose, looks like we got some fleabane. Fleabane's really cool. I don't know if you can see how purplish it is, but it's a little bit purplish. It looks like a daisy. And what the Native Americans would do with fleabane is kind of burn it on their fires, on their coals, in their tents and stuff they built to get rid of bugs and everything. And I found if I'm walking and the skeeters are getting me, I take some of the leaf and rub it on me and the flowers and they stop. Right here, you know you're walking in one of my woods if you see this up, because that's my no trespassing sign. Bunch of garlic mustard everywhere. Then right here, not too far from the strawberries, there's mugwort. Which this thing, you know, you boil it and you can make it into a tea. It's really good for sore throats and stomach aches. It's a little bitter, but hey, that's some mugwort. Got another one right there. It's really good. Hey look, I found a cherry tree. Now the cherry tree bark is, oh, you can recognize most fruit-bearing trees by their bark. It all really looks pretty. And got some cherries growing on it, mostly on the higher branches, but underneath the cherry is some phlox. Phlox is pretty cool. Definitely looks cool. Always that. But I know phlox is definitely invasive. But I know a phlox seed, and I'm guessing when this goes to seed, you collect the seeds and sort of roast them in a way, and it is like grain. Oh, this is stumped on a little bit, but oh, it's dug up too. That is the top of wild onion. Oh, I'm sure there's others around here. It looks like something's been eaten. At least something is. Doesn't look like much. Oh. Looky, looky. I saw it catching the sun. Huh. Not quite sure what these are. Very nice looking. Viney. They got their vines everywhere wrapped around this stuff. Wrapped around my garlic mustard. Wrapped around everything. Wow. It's all over there. Oh, right here. That's special. Got some ivory growing. And some more goosegrass. Nothing wrong with goosegrass. And as you can see, everything in this woods usually is, there's a little cherry tree, is mostly a cherry tree or pine. And usually with pine, the floor is all underneath it since the needles hold acid. Well, not acid, but acidic materials. Mostly the ground is barren. But not here. In this woods, it's green, green, green. We got here out in the open is dandelion. Now dandelion, you should really be able to identify dandelion. Its leaf, very identifiable. Very cut edges, very thin. Dandelion, you can eat everything of this dandelion. The stalk, the flower, the root. Now what's interesting about the root is you can dig it up and make sort of like a coffee out of it. It's not bad. Dandelions are a weed. Very, very useful. Alright, well what we found here is some bloodroot. Bloodroot's like one of my favorite plants. Bloodroot, pretty much the only thing good about it is the root itself, which is a really, really red dye, which the Native Americans used way back in the day, and they still use it today. The root, if you want to dig it, and if you're a digger, it's pretty expensive. It's like $10 to $20 a pound, but they're super rare in A lot of the Native American wildlife refuges are starting to plant them all because they're really going endangered. I'm trying to get it up, but it is some hard ground. Lots of rain. And I always just use my screwdriver. It serves me well. It's a big guy. Oh, broke the stem off, but that's okay because I found where the root is. That's a big one. Right here we got some bloodroot. And it is by far the biggest one I've dug up. But you're not supposed to really dig them up for another month so all the nutrients can go back into it. And when I call it bloodroot, I'll see if I can do it.
Yeah.
Cut it and it will bleed some blood. If you can see it, it is red. And I like that. And all those witches and everything, this is one of their favorite things to use. I'm not quite sure, but that is bloodroot.